Good morning, it is October 7th, 8 a.m. Planning board for work session. We only have one on the dock this morning, Dunkin' Donuts on Thompson Road. You had it with us,
Chuck Dodge, Archie Bernie.
welcome.
Thanks.
So, a number of things that we gotta kind of just get cleaned up on this, or kind of forward. We want to start out of the road and work our way in.
Do you want to start with him giving us what he wants to do for clarity?
Yeah. I'm gonna give a quick,
Well, the plans I've seen, want to put some new signs in, just replace the old with the new branding. Okay, they're going from, Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin'. They would occupy the same space out of the building. And the other stuff is just, painting the siding to the new Dunkin' color, which is a gray. It's almost exactly the same color. Pretty much just updating the outside, fixing gutters, fixing trim. Some brickwork, dumpster enclosure. That's pretty much it.
right? Mark,
I mean, we've done. Just did the one on Erie Boulevard, it's just, and this one, we're not taking any siding down or painting the brick or anything like that, no leave this work, it's just. See the vinyl siding up at the top, that, we usually paint that, but it's almost the same color.
yeah. So I think the modifications that you intend to make are gonna certainly dress up the building, make it.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Oh, no doubt.
so in order to do this. As part of this project, of bringing all of the other non-conformities up to par.
Yeah.
So some of the things that we need to address. To kind of create essentially a clean hands. I'm sorry, I didn't your name.
Colton.
That we need to address, the monument sign out front.
Okay.
That was provided a variance back in 2001 to be 6 foot tall, it's not tall. Non-conforming right now. Not built the way that it was supposed to be in 2001, not your issue, these are not things that I'm pointing out, but. It's going to say that in order to bring it into conformity, we have two options. In order to do this, one is to bring it down 6 foot. It was supposed to be in 2001, or go back to the ZBA. You get a variance to have it at 9 foot. Now, been 9 foot forever, right?
Or gone up.
Right, so. I think you would probably have that in your back pocket. In there, but we need to make sure that these things are in conformity, we can't just ignore it. Right, so when we look at the monument sign out front. Those are our two options, you guys can choose path A, choose path B, I don't really care in there, if you wanna go to ZBA. We'll talk about doing that, because there are other things that need to go to ZBA as well in here. So when we kind of work our way back in the building, we're talking about signage. We're only allowed the sign facing Thompson Road, right? That was the only one, but there was a variance for the other one, so that's all set.
They're
All the way
taking
around.
down, they're taking down the sign in the back of the
Okay,
building.
so I'm going to that, so that one's coming down, so we're good on the building signs in there. The directional signage on site that's there. Does not comply town code. I know it's there. But it doesn't comply, and once we start this work, again, that's where all of these non-conformities have to be brought into conformance. If you're simply replacing the acrylic on those, that the arms are the same, that everything else is the same on there, that you just have been there since 2001 when this thing was done. Again, going back to ZBA. To get that variance for them, to bring them into conformity.
Okay. So just so I understand, if we reskin signs that are existing, all we would need is a variance through the zoning board if the structure of the sign stays the same.
So it's more the structure of the sign.
Right.
So. Our code says any signs that were not in conformance, they had a sunset period, a couple of years to come in conformance. So when the code was changed in 2015, technically these should have all been brought in conformance. What we're saying is you can. If you go to ZBA and get a variance, because these signs have been there, nobody really has seemed to much care about it. Then this board may be inclined to recommend positively on the variance. It's just, it's another step. Because if we're just like, yeah, we don't care, just do these signs, no one cares. That we have a problem, right? And all the other sign people that we've made come in conformance. But if you get a variance, that hasn't been bothering anyone. It's up to that board, but it could come with a
Right.
positive recommendation from this board.
But that brings it in.
Then you're good, then you have a variance and it could stay for literally forever.
There's some other,
We also need to know exactly what signs are being proposed.
Yeah,
When we look at this, it looks like all of these signs are being proposed.
No,
Well, but everything
Right.
that
Oh,
the
you mean
plan
the-
that we're approving
so here's,
gets approved.
yeah, there's two things that will kind of go. The set of drawings that's here, your design professional should update these things. Shouldn't just have a blanket. These are everything that Dunkin' Donuts provided them as potential option. Only show on your set of drawings what you propose on here. It confuses
No, I get it.
multiple people
Just try to-
here, and then all of a sudden he gets out to our code performance guy out in the field, they're looking at it, that. What's on the drawing should reflect solely what's in the project, right? The other is, you guys cannot make those modifications. By state law, you cannot X things out, you cannot modify the drawings, those drawings need to be modified by the design. We can't accept anything other than that. Should give more than 5 minutes. Yeah. Things about not here, so like when we X things out, like. Wait, but it's when you guys X things out like that, you're actually. Against New York law. It's not professional, if anybody is, the architect myself. Was to cross out my drawings, I don't think that. They don't know. So. Have your design professional go through and you can give them this drawing and say, take all of these off, and it takes 5 minutes. That you give them a set of drawings, we understand. And we have what we need in order to get those approvals. You can identify any of the signage. So that you wanna go for variance on those, and we'll get that process started with you, CPA, if that be. That'll take care of that side of it.
The size of those wayfinders, those signs. Are the size correct on that?
No, they're too big,
Too big?
I think they're too big, right?
So they can be 2 square feet.
Well, for the variance, I'm just curious about the.
They can be 2 square feet and 3 feet tall.
I think what Nate's saying is, this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Go to the CBA, like Jamie's saying,
Yeah.
you know, there's no guarantee, but
No, I understand.
nobody's
That
ever
would-
complained and
That
it's.
would be the first step, you know, just take the signs down and make a new ones.
Yeah.
I get it all.
And we understand that. We understand that. So we have to keep it over, we have to bring it in formats and those are the options. Try to get them in.
Just.
And then
From another
the other one is the
screen.
dumpster.
Well, so one more thing about this set of drawings that he's getting. I would just make sure that you take that full scope of work that you mentioned at the beginning. So you said painting, masonry, gutters, all of those things, you should write to them in the same thing when you're submitting the marked up drawings back to the architect and say like, we need all of these items noted on the drawing and we're not doing any other work. So all of the other items are existing and they need to be shown that way, just so we know what to look at for approvals.
Get on one page.
Alright.
Right. Just like 1 or 2 notes.
They're not loading right now for us, but it's still showing the pavement markings too, which they told us at the last meeting they weren't planning to do.
Right.
So like to keep those on.
Yeah, that goes into the whole. Yeah, not doing it, but they'll take it off.
Stencil pavement markings.
Yeah.
Which are right there and they keep
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
showing
it's-
and disappearing.
And while we're talking about parking, bringing things into non-conformity, the parallel spots along the side of the building. Are not, it's not allowed in town, parallel spots, so. We believe, but we need confirmation from you that. The size of the building and current parking count that you have. You have enough parking on there by code. If you do. I would have on your site plan just a parking table. Because that needs to be established as that baseline, so you take out those four along the side of the building, stripe them. So they're not parallel spots, and then as long as you show, we have. 30 spots here, and we only need 27, we're in conformance with that, that parking count becomes then the baseline. Forward, and we show that we're in conformance. We don't have any of the parallel, we have sufficient parking. Right?
I know that part of the plan is also repaving the whole site. Is there any plan to change the parking, street parking?
Just repaint it the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, probably just
The
restrict.
removal, and we were gonna, I believe I made a note of it on there, but, just going over the existing parallel parking with the cone and, repainting. So removing the parallel parking spots. And then relining what's there.
Yeah, so just. Yeah. Apples to apples, except for the, yeah.
We're really, this whole project, we're really not trying to change anything,
Yeah.
site wise.
And we understand that.
Got it.
So taking care of that, again, puts that back in.
So you do have the note there, but I'm just making it more official and stamped by the architect, instead of having your notes on it, just have it be a clean set.
Perfect. I'll send it back to them.
You talk about the dumpster, what's being proposed there?
The dumpster is. It was
The brick was falling apart, super patching the brick. And the cap had fallen off because of the weather and stuff like that, so we put the cap back on.
With the doors.
The doors are fine. We weren't gonna do anything with doors anymore. For the dumpster enclosure.
Doors falling apart.
I know a lot of these things, I go, I mean, I've done a lot of these remodels, I've built brand new ones too. We get with the owner and, you know, it's not on the plans, oh, can you do this for me, do this for me, like the doors you're talking about, I could talk about the doors, a lot of times I say, you know, I'll just put new doors in since we're here. And he goes,
Right.
yeah, great, let's go to the door, but not on plans, I mean, I can talk to him about new doors, but.
is it an area of concern?
Yeah, we've been out there and.
I'll look at them when I get back there today, you know,
lot.
a lot of times it could be just the. You know, plastic webbing, they put it in that chain link.
Flying to it.
Alana, you had mentioned to them about getting that address corrected to.
Oh. I don't know.
It's listed as 6504. Address is listed as 6584, it's actually 6504,
Yeah,
public records.
and if it's just. Cleaning up the wood, readjusting the
Ah,
hardware, I mean, it just, and I appreciate fixing. The brick and everything that's on there, but it seemed like. It looks similar to that driving. It kind of just.
Can they be painted, the building color? Like the pumpkin gray now?
Yeah, I did, so if we were to. Touch that,
Straighten
up,
them
what
out.
would be your,
The material's fine, I think the material's fine, it's just when we're doing dumpster enclosures, like.
I guess we're looking for the path of least resistance.
Right, so that's what I was saying, is if you're just placing the cedar slat on there and fixing the hardware and getting the doors to work correctly. You know, clean that whole enclosure up.
Yeah.
That I mean, it's compliant.
Okay. Clean it up.
It just has to get kind of.
I see.
You know, we're not looking for site modification,
Oh, I got it.
yeah, so.
One thing we noticed, that should make the owner aware of is that the address that we were given was 6504, but the address is actually 6584.
The other way.
Yeah,
Okay, did I
It's,
mess that
yeah,
up?
it's 6584 is the address
Yeah.
that we were given, but public record has it as 6504, actually, the actual address.
I don't know if that was just a mistake
But the
or
plans-
there's,
so I actually, I believe when I dropped the original set off for permit, I brought that up to you, that I found that discrepancy, and you just said to call,
county
Like-
planning.
okay, and emergency services, and just make sure that they have that on record.
Yeah,
County planning
911.
will,
911
county
's
planning will coordinate with 911 for you. They, there's someone at county planning who does the addressing and they coordinate with the 911 center just to make sure that a fire truck can get to you guys.
Right.
But that's not a hold up for this process, is it?
No,
Okay.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
What else?
That brings me to the monument sign and address. Thank you for putting the address on there. This is not the most recent one.
Yeah.
You can just have it have the numeric of the street address. It doesn't necessarily have to say Thompson Road.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just an unknown thing.
you just slid by it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right.
That becomes.
Pick the correct number.
Yeah.
I think we were leaning towards 6584, but whatever you found out with county planning.
Yeah, talk to county planning first.
Oh,
Get the correct number.
It's a,
Well, it's a shared parking lot too with the hotel.
basically, so every other record that I saw was 6584, except for the original permit document that you guys pulled from. But thousand, so, really thousand.
So on the county record of the tax map, it's listed as 65. That's what the county is. Yeah.
I'll call them, I'll get it done. Very good.
And submit this.
The numbers have to be 4 inches tall. The numbers on the monument sign.
And we will get you one set of comments here,
Okay.
so you'll.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
Eric, was there any issues with the distance from the road for that sign?
No, I think in 2001, there was a requirement that the monument signs needed to be 25 feet from the road. So that was documented in the original variance request. So there's not really an issue with the distance from the road.
Good.
And there, you do have a variance for the square footage of the monument sign, so it's like 31.8 square feet. So initially, we were thinking that this was the structure that was approved. Now, we're not sure of that, so make sure that the sign face is no more than 31.8 square feet, because that's what you have a variance for. But yes, I will get you some more formal comments now that we have a better kind of understanding of what you're proposing. So I will write something up for you.
I think they're pretty minor, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta replace the signs in kind for the correctional signs,
Yep.
monument sign, right?
Yes.
So you go to the ZBA for that. Then. Basically, a scope of work, right? Your scope of work, you guys, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes,
and
and
what you're gonna do, and put that on the drawings. Yes.
and I'll have the architect kind of put that on the title page.
And include pointing the dumpster and fixing the doors. And then a parking table.
So if we include anything about the dumpster, are we gonna need dumpster elevations or? Like elevation drawings of the actual dumpster?
I think all you're gonna do is fix
Well,
the
they're on the
dumpster.
plan up there, right? We just note that we're repairing brick in the gates. Gates, right? Perfect. Straighten out the hardware and clean them up.
Okay, with that, April?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
For the dumpster enclosure, we're just repairing and cleaning up the gates and hardware.
Yeah, I don't think you need to change the configuration.
Yeah, it's the same size, yeah.
You're recladding.
Making it
the-
look better
Right,
Yeah.
recladding is,
and safe.
my understanding was the same block that's there, you're just gonna reclad it brick to look
Yeah.
like the rest of the building.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, then it, I think, fix the hardware at the doors so that they clean and contain closed. So we're not seeing the dumpsters and
Yeah.
everything that are in there,
Yeah.
and then that satisfies that requirement.
Mhm. But it's gotta be noted on the drawing.
Yeah, but we also don't chain link the plastic slats, so the wood that you have on there.
You're good with the wood.
Kind.
Okay,
Well, and asked if you wanted an elevation of the dumpster.
I think you can provide the notes,
okay,
and that would say ice. I think it's, if you're not changing the configuration of it, or just on the site plan, add the notes. So it's clear.
With the drive-through. The canopy and there's something else, that's being changed with that.
Clearance bar for canopy. That this is proposed to be new, is that correct?
right,
Correct.
The location of anything. changed?
same, goes exactly where they're just updating it. The new products.
See, there's the SUNY card.
I thought you were talking about the stencils on the ground.
Where's
Those
that?
two, but
What's that on?
This is on the clearance bar for the drive-through.
it just falls into this whole. Necessary.
I know that Eric said he's gonna provide some comments, but I think they have to be more general in nature because I feel like there's a lot of question of what the full scope of work is still in my mind, just so other members are aware that like while we're talking back and forth, I keep getting a little bit confused on what the full scope of work is now that we're talking about drive-through modifications. And we talked a little bit about repaving and changing some parallel parking, but that would change the parking count and adding the parking count in there. I think a full scope would help our review.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're gonna do, they gotta go back to the architect and update all that set of drawings, get it kind of clear. I think that's certainly what we're asking them to do.
But yeah, I guess if I was looking at
That
this,
will add a lot of clarity. Thank you.
if I was looking at this and trying to make a comment, I don't know if this is proposed, I see you bubbled it now. Is that saying that you want this?
Well, I only put, yeah, I bubbled it because it says option. So if this is a hang up, you can very easily eliminate that.
Why don't you get rid of it?
That, the sun,
Why don't you just get rid of it? Perfect, there you go. That's good.
sounds good. Shoot sign,
Okay.
speed car.
Yeah. Oh, we've never used it, okay. Okay, was wondering what that plus six parts of.
And I think that's just part of the.
We've
What we're
never,
working all through, like, there's all these options.
yeah, we've never put one
Yeah,
up,
so,
it probably cost too much.
Yeah, we don't like
Just get
option. I feel like you gotta tell us exactly what.
Houses of these things.
I know,
Country,
well, and that's the same, that goes to comments like these, where you have,
So he's gonna have to pick out what sign he's using
Yep.
on that too, right? So and.
Yep.
And just remove all the ones that we're not,
if you're not using it, take it off,
got it,
like, they don't, welcome back. If you're not using it, take it off.
Some of them have little pictures on them, which are directional signage also doesn't allow the code. Like any logo stuff.
pick the ones without the logos.
Yeah.
I think they just do the drive-through.
Right.
And then
that's
exit and enter.
You could add a little copy cup on it, don't do that one.
And to give you a comment, if you're gonna go to the board for a variance, like take a good look at what you currently have and make sure your drawing matches what was built. So you can have the correct thing going to the board to get the variance. So you don't like go to the board with the old drawings and find out that you built it 6 inches taller, or you built it 6 inches more narrow. Like you want to have the drawings represent what is really there that you're getting the variance for.
Good point, Jenny, because yeah, if you have whatever 55 inches,
I get it.
Okay,
Out.
you guys have any other questions? Okay, so timeline for ZBA is, it's the next submission.
So next submission deadline is October 27th.
Okay.
For the November 17th.
So
And how does that line up with, like the permit?
So we would have to provide recommendations, so we're gonna need an updated set of drawings.
Yep.
In order to make recommendation at our, not this meeting. But the next one, which is gonna be the 23rd, and that submission deadline is the 27th, right?
So for our 23rd, submission
That's
deadline is the
the
9th,
It's this week.
it's Thursday.
And that's for,
To come here on October 23rd to get your recommendation to go to the zoning board.
Before you get a
Okay.
recommendation from this board, you have to have your ZBA application.
So if you can, right, take these 6 comments, give the architect.
Yeah.
Turn this around, get it in. Tomorrow or Thursday.
That gets it onto the docket for the 23rd, so that we can make recommendation to ZBA for you to go on the 27th. Simultaneously, you get your application to ZBA. For these things, so you can file this.
And I don't just, if you don't get it in this week, I'll be pushed out until like December.
I get it.
meeting.
Right, so just to kind of keep things moving forward,
So,
you got a little bit of.
Not our art, that's.
Alright.
so the ZBA meeting is 11/17. If you get the variances, then we have a planning board meeting 11/20, so potentially do. Well, then if we have everything we need in.
Okay. and this is obviously all on the website as well.
Yeah,
Schedules.
yeah. Yeah, and if you have questions, just, I know you're in touch with Eric, so just.
yeah, I'll try to sum up what we talked about here today.
It's pretty,
Simple.
it's pretty simple.
Really just knowing what you're, is what it is you're requesting.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just define the, your. Scope for
I think the architect's got a lot of stuff on there. Right,
Yeah.
and that's what.
I get it.
And then don't forget to have them X out the mobile pickup signs if that's truly not proposed. The other
You don't
one,
want it Xed out, you want it moved though,
Moved.
right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
yes,
Okay,
removed.
Maybe Tom can call there.
I'll call. You know, I'll jump on him about that.
Okay.
All right, Eric will follow up with you again, just.
Yeah.
Got enough to get moving on it.
Yeah.
Great,
Ready?
look forward to it, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So with no other. So with no other items on the workshop agenda at 8:30, I'm gonna close the workshop for this week. Appreciate it, thank you, everyone.